Okay. Hi, everybody. This is Talitha Pitre with TR Royalty of Keller Williams Realty Lake Charles. I'm here with Mr. Thomas Clemons of Pridestaff. As real estate agents, we're doing what we have to adjust to this COVID-19 situation, and so are other business owners. So we're not speaking with Mr. Thomas Clemons, and he's going to tell us about Pridestaff, what he does at Pridestaff, and how they can help you now.
Hello, thanks for having me, Talitha. It's a pleasure to be here. I appreciate your invitation. We just celebrated our second year being open. We this month, as a matter of fact, we've been open for 2 years. We're located on Derrick Drive, 2815, right across the street from Lowe's. Pridestaff is a national staffing agency, and think roughly about 100 offices nationwide. We're the first, not only in Lake Charles, we're the first in Louisiana. This particular office, unlike some other staffing agencies that might be nationwide, each office is individually owned, which means that we're under Pridestaff's umbrella, and we are affiliated with Pridestaff. But this office in our office is owned jointly by me and my sister Tanya, who lives in Westport, Connecticut. So we did this somewhat as a joint venture. It was something that, like a combination of something she and I had been talking about for years, an opportunity to do a business venture together. So we decided, we looked at a lot of different opportunities. We settled on the staffing industry, primarily because it tied together a lot of our experiences working in corporate America for the last 20 plus years. And it was just a way for us to do a business to business type of consultant type of work. And primarily what we do is we help place people looking for work with companies looking for people. And among the things that set us apart from other staffing agencies is that, unlike some other staffing agencies, we're not just a temp agency. And anytime somebody uttered the term temp agency, it kind of makes me cringe, because we're a little bit more in depth than that. We do some temp work, but we primarily focus on the temp to hire sector, which is somewhat of a new wave in the staffing industry. And that is an opportunity where companies go out and they sign our staffing agreement, typically 520 hours, which is roughly about 3 months. And they call it temp to hire, which means that companies are looking for people, but they're not immediately ready to bring the people on their payroll. So they work these people through us for the period of the staffing agreement. And then that way they get to observe someone when they come on board to determine how good a fit they'll be. And that way, the advantage to an employer is that you get the opportunity to test drive these people, so to speak, to make sure that they're actually a good fit, find out, how reliable they are, find out how good attitude they have. And if you can do something for 90 days and demonstrate, the real you invariably going to come out.
Right,
and that's the real purpose. And the advantage to the employee, as we tell them all the time, it's an opportunity for you to view it as an extended job interview, because you go in there for 90 days. These are companies, and we can't emphasize that enough, they really looking for people to place on their payroll. They just want the chance to observe them first before they make that commitment, to make sure that they don't want to go through this process all over again. So we do a little of that. We do some temp hiring where somebody just call us and say, hey, look, I need some people for a job that might last 2 or 3 weeks, and maybe some general laborers, or maybe even some clerical people. For instance, maybe if an office call and say, hey, someone is out on maternity leave, I need a replacement for about 2 or 3 weeks. We can do that too, but our primary focus is to temp to hire. On the other end of the spectrum, we also do direct hiring. Direct hiring is when we act in the capacity of a headhunter. We can find someone who'll never work for us, but we've placed them directly with you. And we do that on a commission basis. And that is typically when somebody's looking for a specialized position, like, for instance, something clinical, like a nurse, or something like IT people, where they need someone. They're not looking to do something temp to hire. They want some help. And in a tight job market right now, sometimes finding good quality people can be somewhat of a challenge. What employers are finding is that if you put a position out there on Indeed or Career Builder or one of the job boards, you're probably going to get bombarded with, depending on the position, you might get 50, 60 resumes, and somebody going to have to go through those resumes and sort them out and do the vetting process to determine whether this person is actually got the qualifications that you're looking for. Well, that's time consuming. And in business, we know time is money. And among the services we provide is we do all of the vetting. By the time you tell us, if you go through us and we can find you a position, well then that means that's one less position that your human resource department has to spend a lot of time going through.
Okay.
And before we submit anyone to you, they're going to be thoroughly vetted. By that, I mean they're going to be background checked, they're going to be drug tested, they're going to be reference checked. We do behavior interviews. We're going to bring them in, and we're going to make sure they're a good cultural fit. We're not going to just send you. We're not just body. We're not just resume pushers. We won't just find your warm body. We're going to find somebody who's a good fit for you and your company. And then that's, in a nutshell, is pretty much what we do. And it can be rewarding, especially when you find somebody a position, somebody been out there with some skills. And we know, even though this is a tight job market, irrespective of the last couple of months and the way everything is chaotic now, but think about it. It's still, unemployment was at 3% prior to all of this happening, which means that it's a tight job market, but still, despite all of that, there still is an underserved demographic out there. And if we can help these people get an opportunity with a good company to get benefits, and where you can have some sustained and gainful employment, where you can have some benefits that you can help support a family, and that makes a big difference. And it's a reward. And also it's a reward for you to work with companies and you get to know people and get to help them find people. And then, because you meet employees all the time, and especially in the short time we've been open, and you come across employees and they will tell you all the time, Thomas, if you guys can just help me find somebody, I'm just looking for good people. And they will say it in no uncertain terms, I just want good people. And even if they don't necessarily have the skill set that we're looking for, the experience might be lacking. And I've had employees tell me this on numerous occasions. I can train them on what they need to be trained on. I just want somebody who I know is reliable, gonna show up on time, and is gonna be there every day. I know that when they get paid, they're gonna be here at the same time the next week, payday, because that's a common complaint. And also people with a good attitude and not and can fit in with our culture. You find me that, I will train them on everything else. So what we like to do is we like to peel back the layers. We like to get with it before I place somebody with someone, unless it's something really, really urgent. I want to meet the owner, the manager of the company. I want to get to know them. I want to learn more about your culture, because I might, for instance, find somebody. Talitha might have all the skills in the world, and I might have 2 or 3 companies I'm looking at placing her with. One of these companies she's gonna be a better fit for.
Right.
So I want to make sure it's a good fit for you and it's a good fit for the company. We advocate for both sides. We advocate for our candidates and we advocate for our clients. We really, really consider ourselves partners. We don't look at it as, especially with our clients, we don't look at it as a vendor-client relationship. We really look at it as a partnership.
Okay.
Which means that, hey, if everybody walking away from this feeling good about it, then it's a win-win for all concerned. And I tell my staff all the time that staffing is the business that we're in, but really it's just a subset of what our real business is, which is relationship building. We're about building relationships, and I guess, so to speak, staffing is the conduit we use to build relationships.
Okay. Well, I want to ask, so during this time, what adjustments have y'all made because of the stay-at-home situation? And do you still have businesses reaching out to you for employment? Yes,
business has been trickling in. We've been talking to a few, some of the stores out there that's open, been reaching up them, find stockers, and that's primarily. But the big push right now, we've had people calling us about more than anything else, is CDL drivers. We can place drivers on a regular basis, and we've probably been doing more of that than anything else. Currently, we working remotely. I do go in and out the office a couple of days a week. I was there this morning for a good while, but we equipped to work remotely. Me and the staff, we have conference calls a couple of times a day just to update what everybody's doing. Our CRM system, Bullhorn, is very robust. If you put everything in there that needs to be put in and we work it through that system, we can stay in touch with each other. Okay. But what we're doing, making sure that people know that we're still open. We can still help you find people. We want candidates to know that we're still open. We can still help you find jobs. It's a little bit different right now because it's a lot more challenging out there. But at the same time, it's always opportunities in any kind of challenging situation. And what we're focusing on more than anything else is servicing the clients that we do have and preparing ourselves for, like everybody else, whenever this come to an end, whenever that is, that we'll be in a position to just hit the ground running. Because finding work, finding people, finding good people will be available to us, and we just have to be able to, weather the storm. That's our position more than anything else. And we're out there, we're steadily posting vacancies on Career Builder. We have special accounts with all the job boards, Career Builder, Indeed, everyone that you can imagine. Okay. Not only can we post on those sites, we can do special searches on those sites. We can run salary report on those sites. So we're doing that, and just kind of like everybody else, we're just trying to stay afloat, staying in touch with our clients. Right now, we're not trying to call anybody about, okay, you need some people. It's not that kind of scenario. What we're doing right now is just we're being sensitive as most people are trying to be right now. We just want to make sure that people we've been working with or people we've been talking to over the last couple of years, to let them know that, hey, we're thinking about you, want to find out how you're doing, let you know that we still out there, we still doing okay. And if it ever comes to the point where you need something that's specific from us, we'd love to make it happen. But at the same time, that's not our focus right now.
Right. You want to make sure everybody's okay.
I want to make sure everybody's okay, and also want to make sure everybody know that, hey, we're going to be here with you. We're going to be here when this is over with, whenever this is over with, and we're ready to move forward, and we look ready to move forward together.
Okay. That sounds good. So, and I do have your information, and I'll put it on our post, but somebody wants to reach you, best is email a good way. I have a website. What's the best way?
Yeah, we got a Lake Charles at pridestaff.com is our office inbox, but we also have a website, pridestaff.com/Lake Charles is our website. Our office number is 337-602-8612. So you can find us in several different ways. We're not hard to find, and we look forward to hearing from everybody.
And y'all office is on Derrick Drive?
2815 Derrick Drive. We're right next door to Blue Jug, one of the most popular spots in Lake Charles. They are our neighbors, and they're some good people, and I love them to death. And we're across the street from Lowe's.
All righty. Well, thank you, Mr. Clemons. I appreciate it. It's good to know that people have a resource, because once it's over, people are going to need employment again.
People are going to need employment, and companies going to need people.
Right.
Yeah, we look forward to bringing them together.
So they know once this is over, we can all go back to work and contact Pridestaff to get employees and to help gain employment.
There you go. Just like that.
All right.
I couldn't have said it better.
Okay.
Hey, look, I appreciate everything, and I appreciate the opportunity especially.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.